Royal Caribbean was the only major cruise line that hadn't canceled May sailings from the U.S. Was. That story and more next on the Cruise News Week in Review. Welcome in, everyone. I'm Mark, and you're watching the Cruise News Week in Review, the show where we catch you up on all the happenings in the cruise world each and every week. If you enjoy the show, please consider hitting that thumbs up button. It lets those YouTube robots know that we're doing a good job. It was a scary scene in Corfu, Greece yesterday afternoon as plumes of black smoke billowed from the starboard side of the MSC Lirica. The fire was extinguished just before 7 p.m. local time, and none of the 51 crew on board were injured. MSC believes that the fire originated in one of the ship's fiberglass lifeboats on Deck 6. The fire and smoke did cause damage to the side of the vessel, but preliminary assessments noted no damage to the inside of the Lirica. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time, but a full investigation is in progress. There was a glimmer of hope that Royal Caribbean may still set sail from the U.S. in May, but that quickly faded this week as the company announced the cancellations of all cruises in North America until at least June. There are 4 ships that were not included in the cancellations: the Quantum, Spectrum, and Voyager of the Seas, which are in Asia, and the Odyssey of the Seas, which is set to begin sailing out of Israel from May through October. Other Royal Caribbean group lines also extended their pause in operations, with Celebrity Cruises also canceling through May of this year, while Silversea announced restart dates on a ship-by-ship basis. Now, I've posted a link to that page down in the description, so if you're booked with Silversea, be sure to check that out. And Princess Cruises has extended their pause for 3 of their ships through June 30th. The Caribbean Princess sailings in the Caribbean, the Enchanted Princess sailings in the Mediterranean, and California Coast and Mexico sailings on the Ruby Princess. Holland America Line has also extended their pause of European sailings through June 30th, and Seavorun canceled a series of their European departures, and the company is now hoping to start sailing again there in early July. And that brings us to our question of the week. Were you affected by any of the recent cruise cancellations? If so, please let us know down in the comments which ship and whether you're planning on taking the credit and rebooking or just getting the refund. And hey, even if you didn't get canceled, we always love to hear from you, so drop us a note down in the comments. Well, Virgin Voyages still hasn't completed the inaugural voyage of their first ship, Scarlet Lady, or their second ship, Valiant Lady, but this week the company announced their third new build ship, Resilient Lady. Virgin expects the Resilient Lady to be ready to sail on a pair of Mediterranean and Greek Isle itineraries beginning in July 2022. Those sailings are currently available for booking on the company's website. Last week we told you that the brand new Odyssey of the Seas would be homeporting in Haifa, Israel, and earlier this week as many as 5 employees on board the ship tested positive for COVID-19. Those crew members have been disembarked for quarantine, and Royal Caribbean doesn't anticipate any delays in the Odyssey's arrival into Israel. The Odyssey of the Seas is currently being prepared for sea trials. Walt Disney Company's CEO Bob Chapek says Disney is very anxious to get the Disney Cruise Line back in business and hopes for a limited resumption of cruising by the fall of this year. We're anticipating that with some luck, the increase of the number of vaccinations out there and the encouraging trends that we're seeing, maybe by this fall we might be able to have some limited operations of our cruise ships. Chapek also talked about the construction of Disney's 5th ship, the Disney Wish, saying that she was still on track for a maiden voyage in the summer of 2022. Well, it was 49 years ago this week that the original TSS Mardi Gras sailed out of Port Miami on its inaugural cruise, and who could have imagined the success that Carnival would have? Over the past 49 years, Carnival has grown to become the world's most popular cruise line and is the flagship of the Carnival Corporation, a leader in the vacation industry with a portfolio of 9 different cruise brands. And we are now just a year away from Carnival's 50th birthday celebration, which will feature a series of commemorative sailings with ship meetups in the Bahamas, Caribbean, Mexico, and even Australia. If you're interested in joining in on the fun for the celebration, might I suggest cruising with the Cruise World and Sal Patera on the Carnival Glory. You can book this group cruise with Sal at 330-968-4300 or at cruisingwithsal.com. And Carnival's birthday festivities will culminate at Port Miami in November of 2022 with the arrival of the brand new Carnival Celebration. Sal also has a group cruise spots available for that amazing 14-day transatlantic inaugural voyage, so be sure to contact him if you're interested. So that's a year away, and I'm sure it will be here before we know it. But we want to cruise now, right? Genting's luxury brand Crystal Cruises announced this week that the Crystal Serenity will start sailing the Bahamas this July. Crystal says the ship will sail with no more than 900 guests who will all be required to provide a negative COVID test within 5 days of departure. They'll sail week-long itineraries in the Bahamas from Nassau and Bimini. Prices start at about $2,000 per passenger, and the company will also be offering pre- and post-land programs with local hotels in the Bahamas. Now let's get a quick check of our money, and after a bad close to the week just 7 days ago, things looked much better at the closing bell yesterday. Royal Caribbean ended the week at $90.18 for a weekly increase of just over 4%. Carnival Corporation and PLC was the biggest jumper this week, up nearly 9% to close at $28.42 a share. And Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings finished at $30.72 a share, up 6.5%. Hey, if you got some value out of today's show, please hit that like button, leave a comment, and share the video with your cruising friends so they can stay up to date on the latest cruise news as well. I am so excited to get back on board the ships and start bringing you new, fresh cruise content, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you next week.